Hey YouTube, Side here with a gameplay on Overlord and Team Deathmatch. I ended up going 34-7, which on this pretty big map I thought was pretty good. I think you'll enjoy and find the gameplay entertaining. I had 34 kills and 5 of them kill streak and 29 of them gun kills, and I'm running the assault streak. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about in this gameplay is why I think Call of Duty Ghosts can become the best Call of Duty ever, and why, and how I think it, like, the patches need to be made to make it so, because as of now it's not, but I think it could be. Before I talk about that, however, I want to introduce myself. My name is Scythe, as I mentioned previously. I like to play Team Deathmatch and Free-For-All, and I like to run a lot. You know, I'm not about that lifestyle where you're throwing up a camp, sitting at a campfire, roasting some marshmallows, and telling scary stories while you're waiting to shoot someone in the back. No, I'm not about that. I like to get in people's faces. I like to get in, you know, front combat, like head-on combat. You know, that's the kind of gameplay I like. I find it entertaining for both myself and for my viewers. So before I talk about what I think needs to be done to make this game much better, I want to talk about what this game has done correctly. In Black Ops 2, when you played, when I played, I could not tell you how many times I said, you know, if the hit detection in this game was better, I would enjoy it so much more. Well, finally in Ghost, the hit detection is probably the best that's ever been in Call of Duty. It's really quite good, and because of that, I do really enjoy the hit detection in this game. Another thing I really enjoy is the lag, or rather the lack thereof of lag, because I don't know whether or not it's because Infinity Ward is using their dedicated servers, or they just figured out a better lag compensation, but there's hardly any lag in these games, hardly any host migrations, and you know, so it's really nice and a good change of pace to be able to play 5 games straight without any lag, whereas in the last Call of Duty you could play 5 games and probably in 3 of them you'd have significant lag or host migration. A third thing that I really like about this game, and one of the best parts about it that I think fundamentally make this game one of the best Call of Duties at launch, and one of the best possible Call of Duties ever, is the perk system, or the creative class system. I think it's pretty well balanced. The fact that, you know, it takes a perk to add a tactical or add a lethal explosive or whatever. The fact that it takes a perk to do that, or the fact that you can take off your secondary and your lethal and your tactical and add in more perks. I don't agree with all the point values that they've given the perks, and I'll talk about that later, but I do like the system. The system is pretty good, and I think it's pretty evenly balanced. So talking about how to make this Call of Duty the best Call of Duty ever, there are a few things, quite a few things that need to be changed, but they're not very significant. Like, they can, and look at me, get straight beasted by that camper lying prone there. But there's quite a few things that need to be changed, but I think they're all relatively small changes. For one, and probably the biggest change is Riley. Riley is OP as fuck. I mean, he is just ridiculously OP, and you're gonna be like, well, Side, you're running him. You know, well, yeah, I am running him because he is OP. He's super strong, and I get a kill off that, blowing off that IED right there. But just because I'm running him doesn't mean he's not OP. You know, because you're gonna use the best gun that you can find in this game. That doesn't make it any less OP. You know, and OP is overpowered for those of you who don't know. So Riley is so super overpowered, and I have a few ideas of how to make it less so. If you kill the person who has called in the attack dog or the guard dog, the guard dog should stay in a circle radius of, you know, whatever, 10 meters or 10 feet within that area where that person died. That way the person has to go and run and pick up Riley again if they want to continue using him. Or they could call in another attack dog, or guard dog, or whatever they're called. So I think that would be one way, but that's a pretty significant change. A much easier change, I think, for Infinity Ward was simply to lower the health. I have a gameplay on my channel where I shot someone with an MSBS, killed them in a 1-round burst, but at close range, it took me 3 bursts from the MSBS, full on, head on, into Riley's head, like, to kill him. Like 3 bursts for Riley, but 1 burst for the human. It really doesn't make much sense that Riley has that much health. So the easiest way to balance Riley is to drop his health, and I get straight beasted by another camper. So the easiest way to balance Riley in this game is to drop his health by, you know, 2/3 or half at least. And I think that would make it much easier, because after all, if you're running hardline, he's only a 4-kill streak, so it's really quite easy to get him, and he's so overpowered. Another thing, and I think something that will be fixed, is the spawns. And with the maps being as big as they are, the spawns, there's no reason the spawns shouldn't be better. I mean, you get spawned right next to people, left and right. It's so ridiculous how often you get bad spawns in such a large map. It doesn't make any sense. And I've been on the giving end as well as the taking end. You know, I've had people spawn next to me and I kill them with an easy kill. I've also been spawned next to people and without even having a chance to fire my weapon, get shot and killed and killed rather. So I think the spawns will be fixed, and they definitely do need to be fixed. There needs to be another thing is there needs to be a perk that delays explosives. From right now, you're probably like, oh, but there's sit rep, and I throw that IED in there to discourage camping. I hardly use IEDs nowadays, but back when I made this gameplay, I always used them because I found that you could just throw them in known camping spots and get pretty easy kills. But yeah, you could be like, oh, sit rep, you can see your explosives so you can avoid them. Well, I don't want to avoid them. If someone's running an IED and an IMS, I want to be able to rush in there and get that kill. So I want a perk that delays explosives, not just allows me to see the kill streak or the explosive. And someone called Midnight said a great idea, which is to allow Stalker to delay your explosives, delay someone else's explosives against you, and I think that's a wonderful idea. And you'll notice that I did credit, look at that knife, knifed me through bullets. And you'll notice that I credited someone, and that's because it's the right thing to do. It wasn't my idea, it was someone else's, and even though Midnight has no idea who I am, it's the right thing to do to credit them when they got the idea first. It's just something I like to do. I like to keep it, you know, I like to be honest and I like to keep it real, so that's why I do that. And I respect anyone who does the same. So, like I said, I would like a perk that delays explosives, because sit rep is a must run right now, but I'd rather run something that delays explosives than shows me them, so I know instead where to run rather than where not to run. Another thing is more health. I think that not necessarily a lot more health, but you know, just some more health. I think that if you had 2 to 3 more bullets of damage that you could take, I think this game would encourage running around a lot more than the defensive playstyle that we've been seeing online lately. Also, 9v9 should be standard, at least on the new gen consoles. I don't know what happened to that. I thought that was going to happen, and I was actually really excited for that. And these maps are so big that it should not, and I get quickscoped right there, these maps are so big that it should not be an issue to have 9v9 standard playlists. But that is not the case, so I think it should be. I think that off the grid should be 4 points, and Stalker and Quick Draw should be 2 points each. If Stalker gets the added bonus of having delaying equipment, it could stay at 3 points. But otherwise, they should definitely be 2 points apiece. So if those two perks are given a lower value and off the grid is given a higher value, once again that will encourage people to run as opposed to camp, and it will help SATCOMs discover campers, so it will really benefit the game. And I think these all together will make this Call of Duty Ghosts the best game that we have ever played. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Finally, I'd like to really thank Thunder for the opportunity to upload to his channel. It's an extremely generous thing that he does. And yeah, that's awesome. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay.